Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to continue the same chapter, that is Indian Constitution. So for this, we need to refer the question number 2 that look at the wording of two documents. See, just it is first previously it is the democracy of the monarchy, and then it is the democracy. Sorry, it is the constitution of monarchy, and next then it converted into the constitution of democracy. So we'll see the question number 2 now in the PPT. Yes. So, in the 1990 Nepal Constitution, the executive power of the kingdom was entirely in the hand of the king. Obviously, there's the monarchy. So, ultimate power was in king's hand. In the interim constitution drafted in 2007, executive power of Nepal are in the hand of the Council of the Minister, headed by the Prime Minister. So it is the democracy. There was a dire need for a new constitution as the ideal of the people had changed as the country had moved from the monarchy to the democracy. For Okay, it's Kirtiman. So the old constitution was drafted when the country was under the rule of the king. The people of Nepal fought for the democratic government for many years. So the old constitution did not reflect people's ideals, people's principles. The new constitution changed these rules to bring in the society with new ideas, new principles, new rules. So we'll read the pages of book afterwards. So we'll start with the PPT, we'll complete it, and then if we have time, then we'll read it. Okay. So I'll explain with the PPT only today. We read how 300 people came together to form the constitution. So we have seen that when it was drafted from different places, different groups, people come together, discuss for many days, and form the constitution. There were courts, competitions, the name of due. The constitution was looking at bringing an extreme diverse group of the people together as one country. So, considering all those things, they look for a whole country as a one whole country as a one. So it was also about protecting caste and subcaste, tribes, kingdoms, etc. After partition and the between India, we have partition of India and the Pakistan. It was a huge cause of strain between the leaders. So some princely state, they were not interested. They were also it was not decided first that if they want to be a part of India or not. So economic inequality between different sections of the population was too vast. There were so many poor peoples, some are the rich peoples, or there is inequality between different caste also, religion also. So there were low caste people also. So there is this difference is the vast in the population. In addition to taking care of requirement of a good constitution and constant the constitution made for India also endorse socio-economic status. So see Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he was considered as a father of Indian constitution. His main idea was to promote the scheduled caste and to help them join to the government jobs. So he want to prefer to the equality in the society. So in the starting of 20th century only, beginning of the 20th century of Indian national movement started, and this national movement laid the foundation of free India, where we talk about equality, where we talk about the opportunities, freedom, liberty, and so on. So the idea was to provide justice to each and everyone, to have and full participation of each and everyone. So different community, different culture come together and we have uh, the constitution. So constitution can be broken down into five parts. So we can say them as a pillar, we can say them as a key features. What are those key features or what are those parts? Those are the federalism, parliamentary form of the government, separation of power, fundamental of rights, and secularism. Now we are going to see the one by one, each step, each pillar in detail. Looking towards all these different culture together, we have these uh, pillars on which the Indian Constitution foundation lay. So those five pillars are all this: federalism, parliamentary form of the government, separation of the power, the fundamental of rights, and secularism. Okay, so first is the federalism. Federalism means, you know the meaning of it. Federalism is means you would have to center the state and the central that would run simultaneously, but there would be a kind of autonomy in power. Okay, so federalism address the issue of the large diversity in our country through governance in the layers. So your city, see, it is the government or the this refers to the existence of more than one level of government in the country. We have central government, we have state government, we have the local governments also. In our city or the district, village, we have municipal corporation, isn't it? We have learned this in sixth standard. We have learned panchayat also. And these are the responsible for civil issues of a region such as patrols, sanitization, public part, bus stations, schools, gardens, etc. So the state to which your city belongs has the state government, which is responsible for affairs related to the state, such as example as law and order of the state. Like now, state government has made law, or you can say order or a rule about the school. It has opened or it will open on different uh, situation on different places from the 4th October, isn't it? So means who will be responsible for this decision? Central government or the state government regarding the school opening of the state. We have the different levels of the government and they are responsible for the affairs or the issues related to that area, like state or the national. So laws and order of the state, use of the funds assigned to the state, so where to use in education or in public places or in irrigation or agriculture. So it is up to the state government. So central government takes on issues related to the nation as the whole, such as a national defense or to maintain the relation between two countries, or the when it comes to the issues of the currency, that is also decision is taken by the government. Nationals import and export policies also, this decision is taken by the central government. So some of these responsibilities are shared across the three levels, such as the health, education, etc. This format has been adopted to make governance relevant, isn't it? So if we have only central government, then can you imagine? Then if the matter or the issue is in the local level, so how it will be solved? So it is not logical to expect the person sitting in Delhi, in central government, who might or might not have been to the Tamil Nadu to understand the nonsense and need of the people from the state, isn't it? Or they at the local level. And that is just one stage. It's not just about the Tamil Nadu. It's about any Maharashtra, any other state. So it is not possible to look into the matter which happened at the lower level, local or in the state level. So if all authority and their responsibilities was centralized, the same person in Delhi would be expected to know the detail of immigrant issues in Sikkim. So therefore, it makes sense to have a local person work for local governments. What if why we have these layers of in the government? It is not possible to take or to look into the issues at the local level in the central government or the central government. So we have the local government. The scope of governance is broadened at each higher, higher level. At the corollary means a result. As a result, it would make no sense to vote in a municipal election based on the leader of the political party. Yes, correct. So the actual work is going to be executed by the person elected and not the MLA or MP or PM. So in this case, we should have the local government like corporations, like panchayat at district level. Now, got it now federalism and these levels or these things, this government, they simultaneously work, or we can say uh, work like a mutual interaction between two, we can say healthy interaction between the two in these governments. Now let's see the next key feature or the next pillar of the constitution, that is parliamentary form of the government. Parliamentary form of the government was chosen to address the issues of inequality. This ensures equality in voting by adult across gender, caste, and class. This voting is for municipality, MLA of your state, MP of your state, who represent your state at the center. So these people system are directly elected by the people, MLAs, MPs, and the municipalities. At the municipality level, we have corporation elections. So we have learned this in seven standards, how we elected the MLAs and how we select the MPs. So these three posts of political system are directly elected by the people. So this also give the right to any person to contest in an election. We will learn more about this, that why the representation is crucial to the democratic functioning in uh, next few chapters in this year only. Next feature is, so what is now the parliamentary form of the government? Parliamentary form of the government form, it is under the Indian Constitution, is a part of parliamentary form of the government, not the presidential form of the government as an United States. So what happened in the parliamentary form of the government? You have universal adult suffrage. It means all the citizens have right to vote. They have to right to elect their own leaders, encourage democracy and break clutches of the caste, class, and the gender. Okay. Now let's see the next feature of the Indian Constitution, and that is the separation of power. And where? Okay, yes. In judiciary system, we have learned this separation of power, isn't it? Yes. So separation of powers was included to address the issue of excessive authority in any one group's hands. If federalism defines governance in the vertical dimension, separation of powers is the horizontal dimension. So, for each layer of the federal government, there are three organs: legislature, judiciary, and executive. So, at lower level, which judiciary is there? Or state level, you can say. What we call it?
Ma'am, High Court.
Yes, correct. So, at three governors at each layer of the federal government, that is central or the state also, or so. So, three organs are there, that is legislature, judiciary, and executive. So, legislature is our elected representatives, as mentioned in the parliamentary form of the government. Who are those? Like MLAs, hmm? Yes, MPs. They are the elected members, representatives. And the judiciary is the system of courts in the country. Like first, we have learned the hierarchy of the judiciary. Yes, local, then we have high court, and then supreme court. So we will learn more about this later in upcoming lectures or in upcoming chapters. The executive is a group of administrators who actually run the operation in any region and they implement laws. So these are the three organs of the any governance at any level. So each of these branches is very powerful. If there was one government without this division, it would accord too much power to that one body. So this division of work makes a system of checks and balance possible. So if anyone, this division of work makes the system of checks and the balance is possible. So if someone misuse the power of, then that time there is punishment. Judiciary will see and executive will see or punish that person. So these are the three key features we have seen, or the three parts we have seen today. Yes. So we have seen this key features today, three key features of the Constitution. So from here, page number 9 to, yes, separation of parts. Till here, all three, like balance of power between all three. Till here, you have to read today, revise whatever we have learned today. Okay, don't miss this information which is given under the picture also, because it will come in the objective type question or for MCQs it can be asked. Okay, so these are very important things where it is given. We'll stop here then.
If you like our videos, do share them and subscribe to our channel. If you want awesome quizzes, write to us. Keep watching and keep learning with Walnut.